What's up, guys? Are you sick of me yet? Hopefully not, because we haven't even gotten started yet. So I'm coming live again because I'm seeing questions, and when I see the same question pop up over and over again, I make sure that I come on and talk to you guys about it. And it's easier for me to come on and talk, which is why you're going to get tons of live videos from me any chance I get, because it's easier to talk to you guys as a group than it is to answer one person and then see the same question come up again and then see the same question come up again. So there are a lot of questions coming from people who are up super early and stay up not even late, but just they're either up earlier or they stay up later. So you have a day that's longer than 15 or 16 hours of being awake. So essentially, the way the meal plan is laid out is based on kind of about being awake for about 16 hours, maybe 17, based on how early you eat your first meal and if you're using the supplements or not. So what I mean by that is that, when you get up in the morning, do you eat like the second you get up, or do you eat within an hour of waking up? So you should be eating within an hour of waking up. That's the first thing, okay? So if you get up at 6 and you're eating by 7, okay, you've already that's 1 hour of your day. And then you go into maybe your workout block. So maybe that 7 a.m. meal was your first meal. Then you work out, so that's an hour long. Now the next question is whether or not you use the Beachbody supplements, because if you are using the supplements and you're having recover after your workout, it buys you another hour of time before your next meal, right? Because you have your recover and your piece of fruit, and then you can wait about an hour or two to have your next meal. But if you're not, and you're just having your post-workout meal right after your workout, then obviously it's shortening up your duration of how your containers are spread out. So it is beneficial, obviously, for multiple reasons to use the Beachbody Performance line. So I'm just kind of talking you guys through this right now, just so you know. But the question is basically that is coming up is, well, what do I do? Because essentially you're getting 5 meals a day. If I'm awake longer and, my workout can't happen till really late at night, or my workout happened really early in the morning and now it's 5 o'clock at night and I'm done with my food, can I spread my containers out more? Here's the thing. You guys, I write a program as imagine when I write it, it's here's the perfect version, right? Here is the best of the best way to do it. And that's what you guys have in your hand. The best of the best way to do it. There are always going to be circumstances that come up in life that are going to make you have to adapt so that it fits your life, right? Some people are like, oh, well, I take a medication where I can't eat for a certain amount of time, or some people work night shifts, they're working 12-hour shifts. Some people are up longer. Some people can't have the Beachbody recovery, or the Beachbody Performance line supplements, right? There's gonna be things in life that come up. And here's where I have to be careful. If I tell you guys one thing, sometimes you take it and run with it in the opposite direction. And I don't want to give you an inch and you take a mile, right? So what I don't want to say is, yeah, of course, if you're running out of food by 4 o'clock, you can stretch your meals out to be 3.5 hours or 4 hours. Because if I say that, you guys are going to take it and run with it and be like, Autumn said that the meals can go 4 hours or 5 hours, or we can eat whatever we want. And that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, if you are the exception to the rule, right, and you are up for longer periods of time, and maybe your workout isn't coming till later in the day, and if you need to stretch your containers out to 3.5 hours instead of 3 hours, then that's what you need to do. The ideal way is to eat every 2 to 3 hours so that your blood sugar doesn't drop too low, you don't slow your metabolism down, you don't all of a sudden go, oh crap, now I got to fit all these containers in a shorter period of time before I go to bed because I forgot to eat for 5 hours, or because I left the house without a meal and now I have to wait. So the ideal way is to eat every 2 to 3 hours as the timed nutrition is written. But if you have circumstances in your life that are going to make you have to adjust, then you have to adjust to make it work to the best of your ability based on your schedule, okay? The thing is you are doing the workouts. You're going to push hard in the workouts. You are eating your containers and hopefully not overeating your containers. You're going to follow that time nutrition to the absolute best of your ability without making excuses to let yourself off the hook. So therein lies the difference, right? There's a difference between there is this circumstance that I really just can't do anything about, and then there's the I'm lazy and I don't want to adapt and I don't want to adjust, so I'm just going to complain and say I can't do it and I'll just do it my way. Those are two very different things. So again, if you absolutely have to adapt and stretch it out for an extra 30 minutes, is it going to be the end of the world? No. Do I want you to try to follow the program as best you can the way I wrote it? Yes. The way I wrote it is the absolute best way to follow it. But like I said, you can make adjustments if you need it. Somebody's asking, if you make adjustments, how will it affect your results? I don't know, because I didn't run a test group based on that. And it depends on what the adjustment is that you're making, right? So I can't answer every scenario. If you do this, then this will happen. And if you do this, then this will happen. Again, because everybody's body is different also. That's the other thing. So that's why I'm handing you guys the plan the best way that I know how it can go. And from there, you do your absolute best with it to fit it in, right? But you don't have to panic or think like it's going to be the end of the world or you're not going to still do awesome. Like the bottom line is you're exercising, you're eating right, you're taking care of your body, and that's fantastic. So don't beat yourself up if you're like have to make an adjustment here or there to make something work for yourself. That's really what I'm trying to teach you guys. And like I said, I'm trying to be really careful about my wording because so many people will take what I say and run with it and go tell their challengers, Autumn said you can do it any way you want. You don't have to follow time nutrition and da-da-da-da. And then it like spirals out of control. And I don't want that to happen. But what I really do want is for you guys, to take the power into your hands. And I sort of talked about this weekend when I was doing my Super Saturday tours about the power is yours. Like I've given you the plan, but the power is yours to implement it into your life in the best way possible and to feel empowered and not like you're being forced, because one, you chose to do it, right? And not like you're being restricted or confined or things like that. Like to take a deep breath and go, okay, this is what Autumn gave me, and I can follow A, B, C, and D perfectly. I just have to adjust E to make it fit my life a little bit better. Okay, like, again, I'm not trying to give you guys free reign over changing up the program completely, but I'm also trying to put your mind at ease that, you know, I see, like, I've had, like, seriously hundreds of comments of people being like, I got to stretch this out, or I got to stretch that out, or what do I do if I can't eat this, or what do I, you know, like I'm trying to give you guys the power into your hands. So I'm just going to look and see if there's any major, if I'm confusing anybody really quick, and then I have to go because I got to do something about my face and go to a podcast interview. Okay. So you guys will get really used to seeing me looking like this with no makeup on. It's very rare when I put it on my face unless we're shooting. Okay. I think Nicole said she felt hungry all day because of lack of carbs. Any ideas? Are you eating in plan A? I mean, you're still getting plenty of carbs. You know, even if you're in plan A, you're getting 2 yellows and 2 purples, and vegetables have carbs in them as well. So, like, you're definitely getting carbs. You might be getting less carbs than what you're used to if you were maybe overeating on carbs. But also, you're going to need to give this time to adjust because we did just come off the holiday season. Here's something I want to point out to all of you guys. So we did just come off all the holidays, right? Which means you probably drank more than you normally drink, and you probably ate foods that you don't normally eat, and they were probably, some of them, not so good for you, and lots of desserts in there, and maybe a little bit lazier, sitting around not doing much. So as you start this new nutrition plan that's super clean eating, super precise time nutrition, almost all of you are going to go through a detox. And that's not a bad thing. It's normal, right? When you clean your diet up, you go through a detox. Symptoms of a detox could be headaches, tiredness, nausea, crabbiness, extra soreness. You might feel like you're hungry a little bit. Your body's trying to adjust to the new plan. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Make sure you're doing your self-care. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Again, don't go longer than 3 hours without eating so that you're keeping your metabolism going and you're keeping your body fueled. All of those things will help. But be prepared that for the first week or two of the nutrition plan, you'll probably go through a little bit of a detox, and that's perfectly normal. But the more water you drink, Epsom salt baths you take, sleep you get, the less those symptoms will be. Okay. I'm just looking if there's anything else major that I'm missing that I want to hit on for you guys. Let's see. Okay. Courtney says she has 3-hour lab periods where she has the potential to sneak out for a snack, but not enough time for a whole meal. Would you suggest splitting a meal into 2 smaller ones? Yeah, so Courtney, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Is ideally, I want you to keep all the containers together exactly the way I positioned them. And there are smaller meals, right, where it's a little bit easier. But that's a circumstance where if you're in a 3-hour lab and you can sneak out and you can eat a handful of almonds and some blueberries or something, right? So like a blue and a purple. Okay, get that in, because at least then you're putting energy into your body. And then as soon as you can finish off the containers that go with that meal, finish them off as close as possible. But again, that's an exception. There's nothing you can do about that. You're in a lab. It's 3 hours. You don't have time to go eat a meal. So yeah, I would rather you sneak out and eat some of the containers to keep your body fueled than to just go, well, crap, I can't eat any of my containers and I'm in lab and I'm starving and I can't concentrate because I'm so hungry. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Okay. I think that's about it for right now, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and pin this video to the top of the page, which means the one that's up there I'm going to unpin, but it's okay. You guys can still find it because all of my posts, all you got to do is click on my name and all my posts pull up. I'm going to go get ready. I hope you guys have a great night and I will talk to you later. Bye.